Well, let's look at another pair of title words that Carl Jung gave us. This time the title words are called sensing or intuition. And those who prefer sensing, if you look at the picture, love getting a lot of good information. The more information they have, the better it feels for them to understand the idea. So they like to have multiple examples, and they like to have complete directions. They don't want the teacher to just say, make a project, anything you want. They'd rather the teacher say, you can do a project, and the project needs to be done in 4 days, and the project needs to include at least 4 paragraphs about what you did, and it needs to include at least 1 illustration. And when they have those specific examples, it makes it a clearer task, and they're able to do a better job. They like doing the work more than coming up with the ideas. And they like things in order, so that when you're teaching them, they like to say, what's the first step, what's the second step, what's the third step, what's the fourth step? And if I can have all of the steps, then I can follow things and get the job done well. And the last thing is they love doing things. To learn, it's important for them to be able to practice and use it. Okay? When we look at the next picture of those trees, they kind of look a little different, don't they?
They do.
Well, those trees are because people who prefer intuition like to design things, and they like to do it slightly different. They like taking a very unique, different approach. And so they want the teacher to only give that vague direction of go do a project, because then they say, oh, I can get to do it whatever way I want. They like to know what the main idea is, but sometimes they get tired of listening to all the details. And so they go, well, I can look that up later if I need to. And for them, the fun part is coming up with the idea. When they have to make the project, then it's like, oh, that's my stretch side. That's the work side for some. Okay? They look for just a couple of examples. And once they get 1 or 2 examples, if they think they understand, they don't want to hear anymore. Whereas the person with the sensing preference says, oh, I like that example. And here's another good example. And sometimes they have trouble because they have an idea in their head that is so grand that they imagine creating this sandcastle with hundreds of turrets and all kinds of castle-y things going on. But in the box of sand that they have, it's hard to make because their idea is broader than what they're able to produce. Okay. So are you more of the person who likes information and is able to really do the project and have fun doing the project? Or are you the kind of person who likes generating the ideas, coming up with the ideas, but struggles more with getting the project done?
Probably the first one.
The first one sounds right for you. So if that's the case, go ahead and put a check mark by that picture. And tell us a little bit again about why that one sounds good for you.
Well, I like that the teacher tells what to do when it's due. And I don't like coming up with the ideas very much.
That's not the fun part of the job. Huh? So when you have to come up with ideas, what is your plan? How do you make that work for you?
Well, I get a couple ideas, then I just choose out of them, see which one works best.
Perfect. Very good.